Welcome to News Now, Alberta. This is Special Ed. Today we're looking at a man that was arrested twice for DUI when he was 100% sober. And the reason he was arrested is because he doesn't answer questions.
You know why I'm contacting you?
Not a single clue.
Not a clue?
On the night of December 3rd, Fort Collins police stopped Harris Elias because the officer said he didn't yield the right of way to pedestrians in a crosswalk.
How much alcohol have you had tonight?
I don't know.
Is there a reason why you don't answer questions?
Legally, Harris knows he doesn't have to answer most questions, and he has a reason for not trusting police.
I can smell a faint odor of alcohol coming from your breath or your person.
And then the fact that you say you smell alcohol is a lie. It's an outright lie.
Harris Elias says the arrest had him seething.
I was angry. I had heard this song and dance before.
Heard this song and dance before, nearly 2 years earlier in Loveland.
So the reason I asked you out of the car is obviously I could smell an overwhelming odor of alcohol.
That was a Loveland police officer who arrested Elias despite the breathalyzer results.
I understand that you blew triple zeros, so that leads me to believe that there's something else going on.
The only thing that leads him to believe that there's something else going on is that he doesn't answer questions. There's no way that twice he was stopped, smelled like alcohol, and had zero.
Results for alcohol or drugs would later show not detected. So, fast forward to December 2021, when Elias would again be placed in the back of a police car for DUI.
Jesus Christ!
Elias says the officer slammed the door on his knee, which becomes significant later at the jail.
We are at the jail now. We're going to start our breath test.
Officer Jason Hafferman turns off his body cam audio just as he's about to give Elias the breathalyzer test. When he turns the audio back on,
Are you needing immediate medical attention to where we need to go to the hospital now?
he offers to take Elias to the hospital to have his knee examined. And because breathalyzers have to be conducted within 2 hours of a traffic stop, this means he can demand a blood draw from Elias instead of just the breathalyzer.
They use that as, in my opinion, a pretext to avoid getting the immediate results on the breath test and to go for the bigger fishing expedition with the blood results at the hospital.
Attorney Sarah Schelke says blood results for alcohol and drug came back not detected once again, exonerating her clients.
Police retaliate against people who don't immediately do whatever they tell them to do.
So even the lawyer says that that's what's going on. It's always what's going on. If you don't answer every little question that the cops have, they'll find something to charge you with.
Do you think officers maybe have an unconscious bias to think when a guy won't answer questions, he must be hiding something?
Well, that's part of our training. We make sure that that's not the case.
We asked Fort Collins Police Chief Jeff Swoboda if it was appropriate for his officer to mute his body cam just as he was about to give Harris Elias a breathalyzer.
Yeah, he muted it when he got on the phone, and that's one of the things we're looking into as to what was the muting for. The policy does allow us to mute the body camera from time to time.
Harris Elias says the arrest was worse than the Loveland incident because he spent 3 days in jail before he was allowed to bond out and had to deal with Child Protective Services. Because his teenage son was in the car when he was arrested, he was charged with child abuse.
Child Protection Services are the worst too. They won't let go, even though he's found that he didn't have alcohol or anything. They'll still want to follow up and all that crap.
As a single dad, to have that sort of intervention and a criminal charge is absolutely terrifying. They were threatening my family.
It was his girlfriend who had to pick up his son at the arrest scene.
Either he's getting blood or breath for DUI, so it's one of the two. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's.
He hasn't been drinking. He's been like doing my electrical in my basement all night.
I'm sorry.
Sorry is exactly what Harris Elias would like to hear from Fort Collins Police.
And at the end, if there is something that we ever have done inappropriately, I'm not above apologizing to people.
Chief Swoboda says anytime DUI results come back negative, his department does an internal review.
It's concerning that later it came back that he didn't consume any, but that doesn't mean that the officer didn't smell alcohol inside the car on his breath or on his person.
But Chief, isn't that exactly what it means?
No, you could have alcohol on your body. Somebody spills on you. You're smelling something.
I want accountability from the top down. I want them to know that these issues matter.
So how are you going to prove that this lying pig is not lying? He didn't smell alcohol because there probably wasn't any alcohol. He was working all night on the electrical that his girlfriend said. The cops will lie. and then there's no way to prove that he was lying.
So you want to know what's really shocking is what we learned after interviewing Herschel Ice and the police chief. Turns out this one officer is responsible for 8 other DUI cases where the blood results came back negative, and another case where a judge says Officer Hefferman lacks credibility. So much more to this story coming up for you.
So this pig is a lying chronic pig. He lies about DUIs. He's been caught lying about DUIs, and he's still allowed to do DUIs. But this becomes a pig pen problem. The chief should either suspend this guy, fire him, or say, you know what, every time you have a DUI thing, you have to call somebody else because you can't do them. What do you think of this pig? What do you think of the situation? Let me know in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe, and check out my Patreon where for $1 a month you can get my videos a week in advance with other perks coming. Thank you.